Let's make a super simple, easy skirt with an elastic waistband with this gorgeous fabric that I found at Joann's. It was a remnant, so it was, I think, 50% off. And then if you use your coupon and get an additional 20% off, yeah, so we had to buy it. So we're gonna make a beautiful flowy skirt. So I'm gonna lay my fabric down and we're gonna make this super easy. It's gonna have one seam. I'm just gonna measure down how far I want my skirt. I think I did like 32 inches, and then you wanna add a little bit extra for seam allowance on the bottom, on the top, and then on the top for your waistband. So now I take my tape measure and I keep it at the top of the waistband and I bring it all the way down for how long I want my skirt, and I wanted mine 37 inches. After I sew my seam, I'm going to mark the top for my seam allowance that I'm going to fold over and make and use for my casing. So I'm going to mark 0.5, I'm going to fold that over and press it, and I'm going to mark another 1.5 and a little bit past that, and that's going to be my waistband casing. And then I will leave enough room so I can slide my waistband in and then also sew. So here is my waistband casing, 1/2 inch folded over and pressed, and then an additional 1.5 of an inch, and with a little bit more just so my waistband can kind of slide in and not get stuck. If we make our casing too tight, we won't have room to sew and we won't be able to get it inside the casing. And we gotta match our pretty thread, and then we're gonna go with the green. So wanted a contrasting thread, and just make sure you go really slow. This fabric likes to slip around and stuff, so take your time. Make sure to leave a 2-inch gap so that way you can get your elastic in, and then you'll stitch that up later. So once we wiggle that through, we're going to sew them together, the ends of the elastic. So this is how you're going to sew the elastic. You don't want to sew them together like this. You want to overlap them and use a zigzag stitch. Go back and forth quite a few times because you're going to put a lot of tension on this area, stretching it and putting it on and taking it off. And then you're just going to close that up with a straight stitch. And then to hem it, just fold it over a 1/2 inch and then another 1/2 inch, press those, and then just straight stitch it. I didn't do that on the video, but so pretty easy skirt, elastic waistband, so pretty and sophisticated.